So, okay, we've now collected our alcohol from the super reflux still. We've got just over 4 litres of 80% alcohol here. So, we've got our Z-carbon system with our 2 buckets. What we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to use it to mix it up in here, because it's so much easier than mix it up in here with the bucket. It seems to be so much easier to do it this way than trying to mix up small amounts. So we've got our 80% spirit, and we're just going to fill the container up to here with water. Just cold tap water I'm using. Some people like to use filtered water. It's entirely up to them. Depends on the quality of your water. So we're just adding now our plain water to the alcohol. It's lovely and clear, absolutely super. Just going to give that a mix up. And then we're going to check the alcohol just to make sure we're down at 40%. I actually like to get all my alcohol, and I like to get it all at 40%, so I know exactly what I'm doing. I don't have some at 50, some at 60, some at 70. It's just 40 is like a nice benchmark. So we just drop the spirit hydrometer in. Just add a little bit more so it's over the top. And as you can see, we're absolutely bang on 40. So that's super. We can now run this straight through the Z filter. And I'd just like to briefly show you the Z filter. This is the Still Spirit Z filter. I think it's a great piece of kit. As you can see, we've got 2 buckets. The first bucket has a tap on it, and the second bucket is a solid bucket without a tap. This is the Z-carbon filter. What we're going to do is we fill the Z-carbon full of carbon. As you can see, it's a Z. That's why it's called a Z-carbon filter. It's not rocket science. So what we're going to do is we're going to fill this full of carbon. And we have various connections and taps for it. We need to flush the carbon with water to activate it, similar to how we used to on the small air still. So, our carbon. You will find this sachet is just enough. There'll be a little touch left over. To do a complete run. Put the last bit in this. Right. Now, I can't demonstrate this because it's outside my tap. All we do is we connect our hose to this and switch the hose pipe on, the water runs through, and after about 2-3 minutes you'll find that your charcoal is nice and clear. So I'm just going to pop out and do that, and then I'll come back and we'll set the thing up to run the alcohol through. So we've successfully washed our carbon, and we're back here in our brewing room. And all we do now it's just so simple really. Top of the lid, we slot that in, like so. That attaches to the tap, like so. Switch on. Put the lid back on top. You can see how we've got a little bit of extra hose pipe. So the ideal thing is just to raise the height of the bucket, because this is a gravity feed situation. So the higher we go, the more gravity we're going to get, the more it's going to fall through. What I tend to do is I tend to find it takes about 6 hours to get my 10 litres of alcohol through. So on 6 hours, I tend to set it up about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'll let it run through, and about 9 o'clock at night, I'll come back and I'll actually run it through again, through the same carbon. People say to me, well, how much can this carbon do? The carbon's not the issue. What you need to have is enough alcohol to keep using it. What you don't want is your carbon to dry out, or you don't want to be using it in 2 or 3 days' time. It's all got to be done in one go. But the alcohol that will come through here will be lovely and clean, it will be really clear, and it'll be top quality for drinking. And then we can add that to all our flavourings. So the Z carbon filter, very, very simple, very easy to operate. I think it's a great piece of kit. I also find that there are some of our customers who, when they've got one of the small stills, find it a little bit messy. Using the carbon cartridges, they get they will upgrade to a Z carbon filter, and they'll use that. And it makes their life so much easier, so much quicker, so much simpler. So the Z carbon filter, great piece of kit, and it really does work for cleaning up your alcohol. So we'll now start to have a look at some of the flavourings and what we can do with the alcohol now we've got it.